So we're going to look at meandering from bar 5 through to the end of the piece. So bar 5 will probably be the one that we spend the longest time talking about. So it's got some interesting fingering and placing going on. So I want you to put your second finger on the E string, so the E flat above middle C. So you should have all your levers down. Then put your thumb next door onto the F string. Make sure you've got your lovely hand position with your thumb pointing upwards and your second finger pointing downwards, and aim for sort of roughly to be in the middle of the strings, because that's where you're going to get the nicest sound. Now in bar 5 we have this rhythm of a minim followed by 2 crotchets, so that goes 2 blue blue. So the minim lasts for twice as long as the crotchets. And in terms of the notes, we're going to play E flat, F, and then E flat again. But what's interesting is the placing. So we're going to play the second finger, but before we play the thumb, the second finger is going to go back on to the string it just played. Then we can play the thumb, and then we can play the second finger. So the rhythm was all over the shot there because I was trying to talk you through it as I did it. So just watch again. And again, the rhythm will be all over the shot, but just watch the placing. So you play the second finger, then put the second finger back on. Once it's actually back on and secure, then you play the thumb, and then you play the second finger again. Okay? So the thumb isn't replacing at all, it's just the second finger is replacing. If you look at the brackets in the music, that helps you. So anything under a bracket, you should place all of those fingers before you even play the very first note that's under the bracket. So here you can see we've got the first 2 notes are under the same bracket. So we get our second finger and our thumb ready. But then once we've played the second finger, oh look, there's another bracket that comes into play. So that second bracket is showing us that we need to put our second finger back on before we play the thumb. Okay, then we can play the thumb, and then we can play the second finger. So let's get the rhythm right this time. So it's going to be 2 blue blue. So it's going to sound like this. Okay. Now you might notice that bar 7 is exactly the same as bar 5. So once we've cracked bar 5, we can also play bar 7, and bar 9 is exactly the same as bar 5 as well. So that's good. We've learnt 3 bars in one go. Now if we look at bar 6, we've got 2 chords and they're both minims, so they both last for 2 counts, or they're 2s. And in terms of the notes, it's A flat and middle C. So left hand thumb goes on middle C, miss a string, and second finger on the string below on the A flat. So the do, do, do is with the right hand, and then we get the next bit of the tune comes with the left hand chords. Okay, so that's the first chord you're going to play with the left hand, and then you move down. So you're keeping that same spacing of just having one empty string between the thumb and the second finger, but you're moving down to the next set of strings. And so that's bar 6, and bar 8 is the same as bar 6, and bar 10 is the same as bar 6 as well. So I'm going to play you now from bar 5 through to bar 10, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that was bar 5 through to bar 10. Then bar 11, you have a 4-beat chord on the A flat and C. And then with the right hand, so that chord was played with the left hand, and then the right hand comes in and does a 4 count note on this A flat above middle C. and then it goes up an octave again with the second finger, and that's your final note. So I'll play you from bar 5 through to the end so you can hear how it all goes together, but I strongly recommend you also listen to the video that puts the whole tune together so you can hear how it's going to start from the beginning to the end of the piece. Okay, so here's from bar 5 through to the end. You might have noticed that in bar 5 and so on, I was allowing my thumb to stay down and have a rest. It didn't need to pop up instantly because it didn't need to be ready to play straight away.